Good morning, Azeroth. It is the 20th of August 2024. Grab your morning beverage and welcome to the stream. Today we'll be jumping in on our ult to look through once again the Harbinger quest line. Going through, getting some footage to have it on stream, refreshing ourselves with the story as the expansion's early access starts in just a few days' time. Also jumping to the intro thereafter that started with the Radiant Echoes event, just so we're all caught up and up to date, refreshed and ready to go for the 23rd. Now I know the early access launch it's like 9, 10 or 11 PM here in the UK. So we'll be jumping in the morning. Hopefully any potential major disconnects and bugs and issues will at the very least have been looked at by that point. In terms of if anything catches fire, we should be perfectly fine. We will have to see. Hope you're all doing well this morning. Make sure you've got your beverage too. Puts our mining gear right on every time. Alright. Let's head on to the Chamber of the Guardian. And when they first launched this quest, this room was just flooded with people. Odd. The room hasn't refreshed. Do I need to leave Dalaran? What's happening here? Oh no. Is it because the phasing's buggered? Alright. We'll port back to the dream, and then we'll port back with the stone it gave us, and hopefully that will set things in the right state. Oh dear. Yum ourselves around. Again, other than the massive people, it worked fine on Barrow when I did it. That was a little bit before the stream. No charges on the Dalaran Hearthstone. Why? It wasn't a time-limited event, surely. Where's my toy version? Got it here. Oh, hang on. Give me some stuff. Thank you. Sure. I'll take 1,000 gold just for holding that. Alright. I don't think it was a time limit event. They shouldn't do because it had the whole cutscene and everything. Right, let's try again. If not, we may have to give it a quick Google. Which I hate having to do. I don't see the NPCs out here who are meant to be having a sneaky discussion. And there is no Khadgar in Illyria. Damn, this is the whole plan for stream today. Let me have a quick Google. Oh no. Let's have a look. This line not starting. See. No Khadgar. In Chamber of the Heart. The Guardian, rather. Oh dear, I hope your morning's going better. Let's have a gander. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh. So some people say... if you go through on the other quest first... okay. Or it breaks it if you have it already in before going. So what we can do is we can abandon the quest, go to Stormwind, which we can do from a portal in here. Ooh, he's got Shadow Mode. Very nice. Romp on over. It's alright, it may yet be saved. It may yet be salvaged.
What brings you here?
Trying to fix things, my dear. Alright, let's see if this does it. I have to hope so. Again, this seems to be a bug that happens if you accept the quest before the pre-patch that came out. Well, it hasn't popped immediately, which is a little concerning. We're in Stormwind. We'll have a quick gander by the trading post, just because I have only visited it once this month. Should have more tendies. Give me my stuff. Oh, we got our reward for the month, which is a back piece. So trading looked like an archery target. Sure, I'll take more variety. It doesn't quite stack up to a full armor set or any mounts, but we'll take it nonetheless. Good morning, AJ in the chat. Hope you're well. Medieval town builder inspired by RimWorld called Norland. Fascinating. I hear lots of stories about RimWorld, and that is quite the game to get into. We can afford our Sentinel Wolf. Didn't really care for the big hammers. Or the pets. Or asymmetrical axes. Hard to see him on a Night Elf swinging. We got the capes and stuff we wanted. And there was also a Night Elf kitty with Horde armor. We'll get the wolf and freeze the kitty for next month. I did want the wolf. Yeah. We'll freeze the kitty. Again, trading post refreshes every month. Decent way to earn some bonus cosmetics and such. That wolf hat. Open. E. Bob him over there. Quick look. Yep, big Night Elf colours. Nicer, fluffier wolf model. Big feathers coming off the back. That's what we like to see. Yes, that's very much what I've heard about RimWorld. Absolutely. Right, we didn't get the quest to pop. Question is, do I try a relog or do I try the other quest line first? We're in Stormwind, so it'll be an instantaneous log out and back in. See if that does it. Didn't want to see bugs before the expansion. Oh no. No? That's annoying. Let's put our mining stuff back on again. Right, well let's do the other one with Jaina and Khadgar and everyone. Maybe that triggers it? Potentially? I'll keep having a look through this post. Oh, wait. No.
Vision. You saw it too.
Wait, sorry, Jada. I've just realised the other bug post had a correction on it from folks. This is what I get for not reading down the whole post of a forum. And the other post said you have to abandon this one, then you get the other one. Oh, it's higgledy-piggledy. Oh, we're miles away from it. Oh, no. You know what? It's been ages since we've flown around the old world. Let's make our way through. Giant sword. Might seem a little odd for folks who haven't been around, especially if you missed Legion. This is Sargeras' giant sword that he stabbed the planet with. It was a pretty cool cutscene. There was a meme within the community. Blizzard just kind of ignored it for years. Nobody was doing it. Right. So let's abandon this one. Abandon the war within. That doesn't bode well. I'll fly through the old world. I haven't had a good old fly through all of this for a long time. Oldham over there as well. Yes. Oh. Another centaur race. That will never show up. Even with the... Ooh. Pardon me, sorry. Bit Weetabix caught in my throat, I think. Even with Cataclysm redoing the world, it was so long ago now. Like, you can just see it. You can see the age of the game. That's not a bad thing. And I wonder... There's always rumours of a full world revamp again one day. Not necessarily in the vein of the Cataclysm. Not like a big bad coming and destroying everything, but just an update of it all. We know throughout Dragonflight, a little bit in the Shadowlands, they were working on loads of different old models. And like slowly bringing more and more assets up to the more modern stylings of WoW. There's still a good chance that they do something quite fancy. Okay, there's a little icon on the map now with travel points. That's cool. I don't need you, Echoes. Don't do it, Khadgar. Don't need to give me the rundown. I think we're going to have to use the... Because we can either wait for the boat to get back to the wetlands, but that seems excessive. We can take the portal to Dalaran, and then we can move back again through Stormwind. My apologies, folks. I figured this would be pretty straightforward, but again, it seems that this is a known bug. Okay, so we go to Dalaran. Again. And then we go back to Stormwind. Again. Should get us a Hearthstone and the quest. That doesn't work, we'll try logging out and back in. Again. Ay. Maybe it's because once you accept that quest, the later one, it bumps the state of Dalaran up to, oh, Khadgar is done with that and he is now just helping. That would be what I assume has happened. Yeah, fiddly MMO tech stuff. As much as they've worked on WoW's foundations, I imagine they're still, for a game that's having its 20-year anniversary, a lot to be ironed out. Okay, there's Jaina.
Song all across Azeroth. We have reason to believe it's a warning of some kind. Meet me in Silithus. Perhaps Azeroth's speaker can shed some light on what this warning might mean.
Okay. So that has given us that one again, but it has not given us the Harbinger quest. Oh, but it looks like abandoning the Harbinger quest actually buggered it. I don't know if I can get it again. Or if I can, I don't know where from. Could be in Valdrakken. We'll try there. I can just jump onto another alt if needs be and do the opposite way around. Let's see where that AJ. A War Panther breeding program. One of them got into the alcohol storage and drank until he had the cirrhosis of the liver. Oh dear. I mean, I'm glad you managed to keep the Panther alive. Sounds very messy. Those kind of emergent stories are a wonderful thing. No, she didn't get it. Okay, we will jump over to another alt. We can go on Wolf. Been a while since I've played Wolf. And now we abandon the Silphus one, teleport to Dalaran, and that should do it. I think that will fix it. Okay, we can also abandon all of these. Do not need any of these anymore. Goodbye. Goodbye. Aye. Much bung. Okay, now we abandon the first War Within quest. Abandon the Emerald Dream one, don't need that either. So now when we teleport to Dalaran, it should just work. Well, that seems to be a big selling point of RimWorld, is just how it does so. Like, a lot of management sims can be so intimidating to get into. That one that tries to put almost a story first and foremost is... Again, it's very fascinating. It's one of those games I don't think I'll ever play, like in the same vein of like EVE Online. So many cool stories, but never going to get there. Alright, let's see if this worked. It did! Alaria's here! Thank goodness, it's all fixed. We're there. The story's going. Pay attention to this. It's been too long, Dredden. Glad to see you back at Dalaran. It has. I'm grateful the council accepted me back so readily. Of course, we're always in need of a mage of your talents. And I mean to put those talents to good use. You can be sure of that. Now, the interesting thing is, this fellow
from the council
disappeared some years ago and has randomly reappeared. And people were quick to speculate, we don't think you are who you say you are.
Hello there. Good to see you, champion.
I'm gonna keep clicking him.
Greetings from the council.
If you don't know a WoW
Good to see
and
you,
Warcraft
champion. Greetings from the council.
from the RTS
Hello
days,
there.
if you
Greetings
click
from
on
the
someone enough,
council. Good to see you,
damn,
champion.
he doesn't have enough voice lines for it.
Hello there. Greetings from the council.
Damn it. I know you're suspicious. Alright, let's go see Illyria. She look,
Khadgar said you would come. I thought it best to wait for you.
it's that lean on wall pose. They've started doing that kind of thing. Look, where's ours though as players? Can I get near a wall and slash lean? Alright,
Use every
go see.
weapon at your disposal.
Khadgar sounded rather urgent when he contacted me. We should head inside and hear him out.
We do what we must for those we love.
My people are no strangers to voices from below, but this radiant song is different.
Is being heard all across Azeroth. The council doesn't know what to make of it.
There must be someone who does. I'll let you know what I find.
Valeria. It's been too long, old friend.
Good to see you, Khadgar. Doing well?
As well as can be expected. How's the family?
I haven't... It's better if I keep my distance.
Of course. The Void. That would be... Actually, your connection to the Void is why I asked you here. We still don't know what this dark heart relic is capable of, but we do know it's in the hands of someone called the Harbinger. Who they are and what they intend to do remains a mystery, which is why I need your help.
To hunt down a dangerous foe we know nothing about. Honestly, I could use the distraction.
Same old Valeria. Void or no void.
Okay, stop bringing it up.
I didn't mean to...
Oh, bless
See you
him.
soon, Khadgar. Dark heart in hand.
Alright, we're up and running.
Let's get to work.
The Dark Heart and the Harbinger. I fear dark times are ahead of us. The storm never seems to end. At the very least, I'm glad to have you by my side. What do we know about the Dark Heart? The Dark Heart began as a relic hidden away in the Forbidden Reach. We believe it was similar to the Dragon Soul, perhaps a prototype rejected by Deathwing. Iridicon stole this relic and travelled to the far past alongside the infinite dragonflight, to a time when the world was ruled by primal dragons and the aspects were not even yet the aspects. He then infused the relic with the power of Galakron, a powerful primal dragon who nearly devoured the entire world. And so the Dark Heart was created, but Iridicon did not keep the relic for himself. Instead, he gave it to an ally, a figure we know only by name, the Harbinger. We get a scene from the Dawn of the Infinite. Can you remind me how Iridicon did that? This was one of the End of Dragonflight stuff.
Rem-
We did it! Our future is secured!
I never did this dungeon.
Little one,
Mythic only.
have you ever questioned why the Titans preserve this timeline?
The Titans safeguard our world from monsters like you!
Your faith means nothing to them. As you burn in the flames of my brother's wrath, they will not come. All they wanted was our world. With this, the Harbinger will pry it from their grasp. And when the Titans come to reclaim their prize, I will be waiting.
No, they do not sound like a happy fellow, AJ. If you've seen any promotional art for the War Within, you may have already seen them, but this quest will reveal more to us.
There remains much to be
And a lot of the player base still playing knew who this individual was going in, but we're going in with the assumption that we do not know at the moment, so let's ask some more questions of Khadgar. I want to hear more about the Harbinger. It's not Bringer, it's just... Unfortunately, there is not much I can tell you about them. We know they are allied with Iridicron and that they possess the Dark Heart, and so we can assume they are a powerful individual with a dangerous agenda. That is why I've asked you and Illyria to investigate. Who is the Harbinger? And what do they mean to do with the Dark Heart? Questions I hope that we can answer before something terrible occurs, so that we can stop it. You mentioned a radiant song? We've heard reports from across Azeroth of individuals seeing a vision filled with light and benevolence. However, that's all we know. Whatever the radiant song means to tell us, we still do not know. Jaina has agreed to further investigate the matter. If she uncovers anything, I will be sure to let you know. Alright, let's get on with it then, Khadgar.
It is a world of wonder.
We know Iridicon gave the Dark Heart to the Harbinger, but what the Dark Heart is, what those Harbinger plans to do with it, those are mysteries still, and the Radiant Song. Its timing is no coincidence. This matter can no longer wait. That is why I have asked you and Illyria to investigate.
Take care, my friend.
I will. You as well, old man. If this investigation involves the Void, it will be wise to counsel the Void Elves. We must head to Telogris Rift and report the situation. I'll speak to Umbric. He'll be able to mobilize the Rift Walkers to our cause.
I'll open a rift for us. Follow me.
We're doing it.
Head through when you're ready.
Aye. Void Elves are an allied race that came at some point. I can't remember all the release timings. It's basically Blood Elf models for the Alliance.
Have the Rendorai noticed any void disturbances lately?
We have. The Riftwalkers just returned from their investigations.
Greetings.
We'll discover more, AJ. Oh, 1 second. Oh, goodness me. Too many coughs this morning. We'll need to hear the Riftwalkers' reports before starting our own investigation. Perhaps there will be something that tells us where to begin.
The shadows can be an ally, if controlled.
The Rendorai stand ready to protect Azeroth against the shadows. Who are you? Once I was a Magister of Quel'Thalas. However, I and many others were exiled from our homeland when we refused to stop our study of the Void. Our research eventually led us to take on the forms we have now, and so we chose to call ourselves Rendorai, Void Elves, and made a home within Telegraph Rift. I both represent and help guide the Rendorai, alongside Illyria.
Shadows watch over you.
Okay, a bit more elf voice. The Rift Walkers are tasked with investigating all Void activity that appears on Azeroth, a most vital duty, given how dangerous this dark force can be, and I speak from experience. Many of them were sent out on assignment to investigate recent fluctuations. I've been told they just arrived back, but have yet to hear their reports. Would you check in on them while I speak with Illyria? Absolutely.
Do not bend to the whispers.
Telegraph Rift has always been extremely sensitive to cosmic shifts. It makes for a rather precarious homestead, but the Void Elves have few options available to us. The recent influx in Void energies has resulted in unstable rifts opening sporadically, and with so many investigating Azeroth, I'm having trouble finding Rift Walkers to deal with them. Could you close any unstable Void rifts you find along your path?
Be open. to
Absolutely.
possibility.
There's something else.
Oh,
A vision is being seen.
Excuse me,
all
Phoenix
across
Mount.
Azeroth. They call it the Radiant Song.
Interesting. I'll report this to Locust Walker. But for now, let us speak of your investigation.
trying to place the voice actor, it rings a bell. Whee! For some reason, we human priest Void away. Ambassador of Entropy.
We embrace a new future.
The Void doesn't just exist out here. It's here, within all of us. A force like any other. Like gravity or consciousness or sadness. It flows through everything. An entropic energy that we're powerless to stop. All we can do is accept it.
My fate.
Right, you're sounding pretty far gone there, mate. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, let's check in with everybody. Oh, close the rift. Can't forget. Flowing effect. No. Pull the shadow away. There we are. Did that work? Or did I need to not step on stuff? It worked. Woo! Riftwalker Delin.
Maladash Malanore.
I just returned from the Dragon Isles.
There was a strange increase in void activity within Aberys. We are still unsure what caused the surge. All quiet now, though.
To the next one. Whee! Very cosmic. Very big open void space, as one would expect. For a race called Void Elves, you know. Oh. Channel it and pull away. Wolfir is a very loud character. It was made when Cataclysm came out as my first Worgen. That's why the name might be a little, young, angsty man.
Fight for a new future.
I was asked to investigate Kalimdor. What news?
I investigated void incursions along the southern coast. But any sign of battle had long passed when I arrived. Seems like a dead end.
Understood. Get another rift. Madame Slowy Balls. I always find it funny how regardless of class we have capabilities such as this. Oh yeah, I'm a warrior, I'll just close that rift. I'll just grab it.
New doorways have opened to us.
Orlis, I was following up on readings from the Eastern Kingdoms.
Not much to report, I'm afraid. I sensed activity to the north of the continent, but the trail went cold near Zulaman.
Is that also Travis Willingham? It's Turalian's voice, I think. Mentioning Zulaman's interesting, though. I remember that patch trailer well. It was the, the old troll fellow who had one arm and the purple like mask around his face. Oh man, it was such an iconic bit of voiceover, and I can't remember it.
Yet to return from Northrend. Troubling.
Hang on, let me just pull this one. Hello, the J in chat. We're doing alright this morning. We had a few little hiccups getting the quest started, but we're on the way now. How are you today? I hope you have a morning beverage. Keeping yourself hydrated. No, I know. It's something you eventually get past. Now my characters tend to be named just generic fantasy stuff, or D&D style, pulling a name out of thin air or a generator. But good old Wolf saying here, can tell, someone just started watching Dragon Ball. It's my gamer tag for a long time.
The
Right.
Rendori shall prove our worth.
Thank you for gathering reports. Unfortunately, the Riftwalker from Northrend has yet to return. She was investigating void activity in Galakron's Rest. Given that location's connection to the Dark Heart, I suggest you search for her. Let's just hope our Riftwalker is still around to give you her report.
We serve the Alliance.
Excellent work. Those unstable void rifts threaten more than just our reality. If left unchecked, they would spread rampantly like little cosmic prions. Prions? No idea. No reality, no possibility, no truth that could possibly be safe from them. Which is all to say, you did us quite the favour by closing them. I'm glad to hear you're doing great there, Jay. Welcome to the stream.
Focus and control.
Alright, Illyria, what's next? Galakron's Rest, where the Dark Heart was first empowered by Iridikron. We don't know what power the relic holds, but we do know that the Harbinger now wields it. And now one of our Riftwalkers is missing, right where it all began. I don't believe this is a coincidence. Let's travel to Northrend and search the area.
The Riftwalker's absence. Could it be connected to the Dark Heart?
Well, our tea's getting dangerously close to lukewarm. Now, those who don't know, Northrend is going to get a full rework in the last part of this World Soul Saga trilogy, which is very exciting. Wrath was a big time for a lot of folks in the game. It was like notoriously, that's the wrong word, famously the peak of WoW when it came to subscriber counts and things like that for the live game. So having it all reworked, very exciting. I'm finding the questline very good. Full disclosure, I have gone through it on a main before I started streaming. That was some months ago. Doing it now for folks live on stream. Also getting footage for myself. But also just to relive it and get up to date. And dive into the quest, reading through the quest text, making sure we're really absorbing it for the expansion coming in a couple of days.
It is a good day for
Which will be the 23rd by the time I get to it. Won't be an evening stream. We do WoW in the morning here, and then we do variety games on an evening. Right, back to Illyria. We know how... we'll get there. We know much about how the Dark Heart was created, but not so what it actually is. What are its origins? Oh, it's trying to tell us the cinematic again. Dragonblight is the grave of Galakron, primal dragon who threatened to devour the world. He was defeated by the Dragonflight aspects before they had even been granted their power by the Titans. This was a millennia ago, of course. Iridikron saw use in Galakron's power. He allied himself with the infinite Dragonflight, and travelled to the point in time right after the primal dragon had been slain. It was then that Iridikron imbued a relic with that primal power, using Galakron's still bleeding corpse, and so the Dark Heart was created. We know that the Dark Heart's origins, and the fact it is now in the hands of the Harbinger. Now we just need to figure out what power it possesses, and what the Harbinger plans to do with it.
Keep your gaze fixed.
Time to find our Riftwalker, and if we're lucky, discover a clue about the Dark Heart and this Harbinger who wields it.
Aim true.
That is fair enough, AJ. Know the feeling. Done the same over the years.
Farewell.
I don't often work with the Riftwalkers. I prefer to handle missions alone. Still, I will not abandon one of them. I cannot yet sense the Riftwalker's presence. Our best step forward is to retrace her steps, which means following the shadows.
We do what we must for those we... This is where Iridikron empowered the Dark Heart. But that was millennia ago. Why would there be void activity here? Why now?
It's fun to also see other players just coming about and doing the quest as well. Void Flare. Request Illyria to flare into the shadows, revealing the tracks. Not really a flare.
They might belong
much
to
as it
our
was a
Riftwalker.
spoosh.
Let's follow them.
Can you see them? Or is it just these dots, Illyria? Wouldn't necessarily call that tracks. Big leap.
Galakrond was consumed by a never-ending hunger. And that same hunger was used to empower the Dark Heart.
It's too far away.
But no, I'm so angry. I love him. All he needs is a tail. And the WoW devs know, we saw yesterday the Drakfear had a joke about the Worgens lacking a tail. You'll notice for other characters, they don't walk around Valyria like we do. They have a miscellaneous Riftwalker with them. I think that's WoW's way of not having like important story NPCs just be cloned repeatedly next to everyone. I can't remember exactly when they started doing that, but it's a welcome change. Like, we know the illusion that's being cast here, you know what I mean, just as players. But it does help for that immersion, and probably for someone who's not played MMOs, might feel pretty good compared to what it used to be.
Could the Dark Heart be absorbing magical power and converting it to shadow?
Possibly, Illyria, we'll find out. The last one.
These tracks lead north. Wait, I sense something. Is it Ulduar? I'll scout ahead. Meet me there.
I haven't picked like a skywriding mount yet for Wolf here. I've just been using the random dragon I made with all their different customizations. This little old beak and ram horns. A little sad that in the War Within there won't be the same kind of dragon customizing. I know there's going to be like an airship thing that's much less my speed than dragons are. But you know, I will take more customization. And Delves is probably something we're going to be doing a fair amount of as we get into the War Within and its endgame. And flying over this now and thinking, this is the start of this trilogy of expansions. How is this going to look all revamped? You know, just glancing down over it. So obviously they still want things to have their place. And it's not like Cataclysm where you can just blow everything up. You know, they won't be able to use that kind of approach. It's very curious what they'll end up doing. We desperately need more stamina. Oh no. No. Big mistake. We'll make our way there, it's fine. Excuse me. There's some great quest lines down here. There was discovering, like, Muradin. With, like, the Frost Dwarves, who've never shown up again since, really. Ulduar right at the top. Do we swap to, like, the old style of flying? Just to not worry about stamina and get up there. I haven't done this yet. Steady flight. Still has its advantage because we can just hover. We just stay in the air. Which a lot of people love. Now our steady fly speed is 420. Which is much faster than it used to be. Look at that. That works out. Just so much of this zone is just direct up mountain. And I am very bad at stamina efficiency. Did not do many of the dragon races. Wasn't really my cup of tea. I like it as extra content in the game. I'm just not the biggest on racing things. Cannot remember why those roots are wrapping round that tower. With all the little theories about Xalatath and connections with void roots and all kinds of stuff. It does make me wonder. Obviously, nothing from back then will have been thought about for the game now. You can always, like, retroactively fit stuff. It isn't retconning, it is, like, reframing. I know folks are eager to jump onto the retcon bandwagon for some stuff. That has happened too. Reframing old events with newer context, I think, is a good way to preserve your old lore and make it relevant.
Well, we're on the right track.
Yes, it would seem so. There's star tentacles everywhere. More, what's the word? More cosmic than the purpley flaily tentacles we're used to.
What news?
We now know why the Riftwalker didn't report back. She's turned against us and serves only the Void now. But I wouldn't be surprised if this Harbinger had a hand in this.
Farewell.
What are these Void Spawn doing here? Could it be the Harbinger's doing? Some power of the Dark Heart? Well, I do not mean to stand idly by. We must confront the Riftwalker. I don't think she will see reason now. Perhaps she can tell us something. Lara has looked up to the Windrunner sisters her entire life. It was the honor of a lifetime to be able to work alongside Illyria. A little bio description.
Aim.
So, you
Oh.
finally arrived. My honored guests.
Yeah, AJ, here's your introduction.
That voice.
Oh, wait up. These have
Shadows have taken her.
more health.
Defend yourself.
I'm trying. Still dealt with.
You seek my dark heart. Very well. Come take it.
The Ethereals. You may remember them from the Burning Crusade.
We each walk a line. Choose yours.
It's my charge to teach the Rendorai to withstand the Void's whispers. If only I had gotten to the Riftwalker before the Harbinger did. Nilara was her name. Nilara, wasn't it?
Keep your gaze fixed on your target.
Absolutely. And they've been, like, good and bad in WoW's years. Like, in Shadowlands, they tried to do a lot with, like, who was really behind Arthas and, like, a lot of big cosmic forces. And the ideas there were good, but the execution on the big bad was shocking. So, unfortunately, a lot of people just got very resentful of that. But, like, the actual, like, foundational work they were trying to do, I think was good. It's once you take any fantasy series into, like, multiple realms, not necessarily multiverses, but, like, different death realms and different realms of being, especially within the bounds of a video game, it's very difficult to keep all that together coherently. There were some good moments, for sure, but for the most part, the grand overlying villain is what let all of that down. Excellent character building, though. Make no mistake, I know this is a trap, but there is any chance this leads us to the Harbinger. We must take that risk. Be at the ready. We venture forth.
The shadows can be an
But
ally.
we must gather up
If controlled.
Void Pole to Eridath, which I believe is Argus, the Draenei homeworld. You know, before it got all, as you can see over there, legioned, as it were. Long story, very long story.
This is Eridath.
Hmm.
What news?
Eridath. I never thought I would return here. Not after the Legion was finally defeated. Not after. Why would the Harbinger bring us here? Stop saying Harbinger.
Keep your gaze
I'll get it right
fixed
eventually.
on your target.
These apparitions before us, I believe they're memories. My memories. Is this the Harbinger's doing? Or mine? We need to explore. Discover why we were led here. Why we're led here.
Fair wise, show me these memories. What is the Harbinger's plan?
Which is why a lot of folks have faith for the current big bad, who is this Harbinger. And Iridicron did alright too, though his plan's pretty much, I want to bring the Titans back so I can punch them to death. Which, sure, I can accept that. Simple goal.
Embracing the void. I don't regret that choice.
But this Harbinger has a lot of
I
people
left my word,
excited
my son,
for their
to
villainy.
protect them.
And I have to agree.
And leaving the army of the light was just the same.
It's doing very well in marketing. It's grabbing a lot of eyes, a lot of attention. And, well, you'll see as this individual is revealed, you'll see. Clear all these memories and ghosts. Have to wait for some to spawn as other folks do them, of course. That is a mighty red sword. Where is that from?
Rejecting the role of Ranger General was not an easy choice.
Fusan's
For me
Hagblade.
or my family. Yet leaving them behind, I failed to protect them. Or at least, to die with them.
Oh. It's a world drop. I don't know where from. Tracking is unavailable. I do like a big old two-hander. I'm gonna have to try and remember that for another time. Sorry, Illyria, I was completely distracted by someone's sword. I know. The short story with Illyria and meeting up with her son again, and the Sylvanas book that went through more of their upbringing in Quel'Thalas. Very insightful into all that. It was a good read. Again, I feel like Sylvanas wasn't... She was done dirty by the jailer, but her story was still good. I imagine when she comes back, as I'm sure she will in Midnight, it will be handled well.
This is the last time I saw my son as a boy. My Arator. I was so thankful for that day. Zira helped me to reach out to him. Yet the light's power wasn't enough to defeat the Legion.
Those who don't know, Illyria is like an old hero of Warcraft. Second War, one of those statues in Stormwind we saw there is of her. Been around a long time. Took a while to get actually into the world of Warcraft. Also in Hearthstone, as a hunter hero. Hand these in.
Use every weapon at your disposal. The shadows.
Oh,
can
wait,
be
hang on.
an
Let's do
ally
that dialogue. We're being
with
thorough.
control.
Suddenly, this all feels rather personal. The Harbinger must have a grievance against me, or at least an interest. What can you tell me about this place? Once, Eredaf was the capital of Argus, and home to the Eredar, but it fell to the Burning Legion and was twisted by their demonic magic into something profane. It was on Argus that we finally defeated the Legion, a hard-won battle with many sacrifices. It was a good patch. It was an excellent patch. We're finding the Harbinger and leaving this place now.
Aim true. Farewell.
I sense another memory ahead. While I'm loath to play along with the Harbinger's game, it's the only path forward for us. Still, we have faced just as many dangerous memories as peaceful ones. Prepare yourself.
Aim true. This is a hunt, and our prey awaits with hungry jaws.
Problem with an MMO tell you a story as well. It's how many quests are just you have to wait to be restarted.
I would rather
Oh no,
die
it worked out.
than have you fall to evil.
Well, they animated that in the recent short.
I know. And yet my fate has not changed.
There's her husband.
Your greatest regret. Let's bring it to life, shall we?
My fate.
No! This isn't what happened!
You have forsworn the light, Illyria, and so you are my enemy.
We must follow him!
Again, Turallion, not actually that heretical or zealotry. There are elements of the light who are out there. But he's ruled over, like, peace from Stormwind. Hasn't started any wars, hasn't gone crazy, hasn't come to kill all the Void Elves. He's done pretty well, I'd say, given how long he's been at war. 1,000 years.
We each walk a line.
Check on the
Choose
chat
yours.
here. Ooh, that sounds like a very nasty thing. But best of luck in your fighting game there, AJ. There's always an element of difficulty in fighting games where the AI just gets tuned up to I can either read your inputs or do some crazy silly stuff. It's how they get you. But it's good to overcome. Harbinger dares to use my people, my memories, my love against me, then she will know what it means to be my enemy.
The shadows can be
No.
an ally.
Not the Rendorai, not Telegris Rift, not today. Illyria tightens her grip on her bow. These ethereal forces are the same we encountered in Ulduar. The Harbinger must command them. I'll go ahead, engage the enemies here.
Keep your gaze fixed.
We
These
will.
invaders will find no mercy in my domain.
Close some portals, fight some ooze, attack some ethereals. Come here. Fury animations, when they got redone, always feel very over the top. I do prefer playing arms, or I did, but the Legion artifacts appearance that we're using only lets me transmog it if I'm using two two-handers. Unless they've changed it recently, it wouldn't let me do it with just one. So given how much silly grinding it took to get these damn dragon axes, rather keep using them for the moment. And Fury's grown on me as a spec as well. Again, don't be expecting proper rotation here. Good gameplay. No, 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 no. This is just hitting buttons and feeling good about it. Same with the build and all that kind of thing.
I need a target. I'm out of range.
Yelling.
I need to get closer.
I'm very curious to learn more about the Ethereals. They've been something that's been around, let's say, since Burning Crusade. We know bits about them. But, like, where they're currently at as a society as a whole, rather than these, like, fractured tribes and the various shopkeepers we've seen. The transmog people. Is there an ulterior goal there? We know how much of us love transmog. Nobody used voice storage, though. Ah, memory of a wielder, holding a familiar dagger to those who played in Legion, if you played a priest. Well, hints and nods for people who have been around for that long. And this Harbinger has been around for a little bit now.
It's too far away.
Just a few more. Chop and slash and chop. There you go, be free. Never mind me, the Rift needs you. I know, we're trying, we're multitasking, my dear. There we go. Onward. Turn this down that way. We go back through our portals. Oh, I feel that for a fighting game. That footsies in the middle and trying to get an opening. The mind games that come out of it. Very enjoyable. Right, let's catch up to Illyria. I think we'll see some more memories on the way there if people haven't been killing them. Strange human void teleport. Lady Dark Glen. Giant things over there. More fighting. Sure, there was another one around here. Yes, there we go. Natalie Celine. Memory of a wielder. Holding the same cursed dagger. The void is filled with many whispers, and hers is the loudest of them all. Still don't know all of those quests and stories off by heart. I remember there was some of it in Battle for Azeroth that got looked into when we found that dagger ourselves.
Our true quarry is ahead. That twisted vision of Terrellian.
Aye.
Greetings.
There's no end to these void spawn. But for now, we must turn our attention elsewhere.
We do what we must.
We must defeat that loathsome apparition of Terrellian. The abomination's presence is intolerable. If left unchecked, it may destroy what remains of Telegra's Rift. I will end it with my own hands. A manifestation of Aleria's worst nightmare, conjured by the Harbinger. Excellent armor though, isn't it? Lovely piece. We get kind of a watered down version, but whoa.
Farewell.
And again. Why is it strange human ghost though? It's interesting as a choice. Is it just like the assets they had available? Something more. Ah, there he is.
This is what you chose over the light, over your family? How pitiful.
Do not speak with his voice, abomination.
It's too far away. End me, Alleria. Has the void not given you the strength?
I can't do it!
Alleria, I see your weak heart. You cling to them still.
Begone from this place, Zalatath.
He named her. Whoa.
Very well. I'll not overstay my welcome.
Okay. There was once a time when I wouldn't have hesitated, when I would have struck that apparition down with a clear heart, even if it wore the face of my beloved. But something changed. I changed. Go. Speak with Locust Walker. It seems he knows more than we do. That he does. This is like her teacher within the void, someone who assisted. Folks are still unsure whether he'll be a goodie or a baddie in the end or not, and what his motives truly are, but we'll see. I do appreciate some transmog rewards as well. Get Aleria's bow, and we get some void weapons.
We do what we must for those we love.
So, he goes.
It is all about perspective.
Oh, wait, trying to get his voice.
Will the void swallow you?
So she goes by Harbinger now. I can't really do that effect on my voice, can I? How fitting. I no longer feel her presence, but make no mistake, Zalatath's nefarious games continue, and Alleria is now a pawn upon her board. As are you, champion of fate.
Fascinating.
I have much to discuss with you both, about Zalatath, now named Harbinger, about this radiant song heard all across Azeroth. I'm ready?
Do go on. So it is Zalatath who has claimed the Dark Heart. I understand now why she calls herself the Harbinger.
I've had enough riddles for one day.
The radiant visions you spoke of are the very same my people had, before our world was consumed by the Void Lord Dimensius.
What? You don't think... Could Zalatath be seeking that same fate for Azeroth?
I fear that is precisely what she intends. You must find a way to stop her.
Me? Look, she knew exactly how to hurt me. I don't think I'm the one to...
Yes, she knew your greatest fear is endangering your family. But you must let go of that fear. Embrace who you truly are.
I know who I am.
Do you? You are unbalanced. You must master your unique nature, Alleria. If you cannot, then Azeroth is already doomed.
Indeed. No, I completely agree,
It's
AJ.
best if I leave. I'm a danger to you all, so long as Xal'atath's gaze is cast upon me. Tell Khadgar what we learned.
Oh.
I will return to Dalaran in time.
Transmog is the reason I stuck with WoW more than anything else. Just going to old raids when I could solo them, gathering different appearances, finding quests that dropped like unique weapons or items. Like one of the early Blood Elf ones dropped a unique two-handed sword. I remember making a Blood Elf specifically to go do that. And there is plenty of, especially of late, they've added plenty of outfits that are of more the subtle style, subdued. If we just look at like the War Within ones they've got coming up, we've got like heraldry of the different factions we'll be seeing, the candle wax from kobolds, from the Nerubians or spiky spiders, and then class agnostic gear. So like if you're like a plate warrior like mine, you can still wear this stuff as your transmog, even though you couldn't really wear cloth. And more simple stuff like, look at this. You got like simple and raggedy like levers, hood over, although our Worgen hair kind of peeks out the back. Recolors of older sets getting more use. Just more options, more to collect. More styles, peddler, toiler, artisan, fancy shoulder. I love the little like hammer and spanner on the belt. Look at that. There's all kinds of bits and bobs coming. And each of these, again, there's like several recolors of each one. They know now transmog is such a huge part of the game and what people are here for. The Halo 4 stuff looks fantastic. Very eager to be in that zone. Then we've got the tier sets as well. The warrior one's a bit much for me. I don't think we need triple horns. The elite colour with the lightning bolt though for the PvP. Oh, I'm tempted. I'm tempted. We're getting a lot more like bigger 3D pieces. Like you see the belt, it's got a little jingle jangle on it. These big dwarf heads. Can now click this button as well and swap to any class we want, which is pretty great. Where's the Halo 4 male set? That's like some 40k stuff. Love it. Right, moving on though.
Try not to waste my time.
My first and most troublesome student. Perhaps one day Ilaria will see reason. Let us just hope it is not too late by then. Why have you chosen to teach the Rendori about the Void? Your question is not without merit. Long ago I chose to teach Ilaria about the ways of the Void, but she had proven herself worthy of such lessons with my rescue from the Legion. Perhaps I merely wish to sate my own curiosity. Intelogris Rift and the Rendori are both quite the curiosities, aren't they? They are, Locust Water. I'm sure we'll see you again soon. You look after yourself. Moment, just here. There we go. Do have some redecorating going on, so bear in mind if there are some noises picked up. Whoop, my chair. I think I've got the microphone positioned right and the noise cancelling bobbed up a little bit. We should be alright. If at any point it gets a little too untenable, we may have to end early, but I think we should be okay. I absolutely added gear that was of a similar vein to the guards in Orgrimmar. I think for the orcs though, that is mainly the heritage armor comes close, but there's been a lot of stuff added over time. People certainly do. There's even an event, like there's a holiday event at some point where it's like become a guard day. I can't remember, it wasn't that long ago. Somewhere in the festivals list. Children's Week, Brawl Stomp, Boat. Oh, when was it? Yeah, Volunteer Guard Day on the 28th of April. Slash salute a guard, show you care, and you get like a little quest line to go and be a guard for a bit. I haven't done it in a long time. Alright, cheers AJ. We'll see as we get on. Again, the reality of it is, you know, if it happens and gets to that point, it does. But we'll see how we go. It's all fine. Should all be sorted by the time the expansion comes out, so I'm not too worried. Yum. Let's go back to Khadgar. Excuse me, Mr. High Mountain. Yum. Kitty. Ah, no! Got me. Absolutely got me.
Still no word from Magni?
No. The speaker of Azeroth remains strangely silent.
I was hoping to see you. Always happy to help.
The Harbinger is Xalatath? And she's already attacked Telogris Rift. This is most serious. I'm afraid we have no more time for investigations. If Locust Walker is right, the answer will lie within the Radiant Song. We must discover what it means.
You are always Xalatath has returned as the Harbinger. I know she has the power of the Dark Heart at her disposal.
It's all connected to the Radiant Song. It has to be.
Locust Walker said the Ethereals heard a similar song before Koresh was destroyed.
Then is Azeroth herself the one in danger? Is she speaking to us?
We need answers. We need her speaker.
I will seek out Magni. But first, I must inform Thrall of what we learned here. We must face this crisis together. Horde and Alliance both.
Come a long way, Jaina. Alright.
I'm glad you're here.
Jaina and I have much to discuss about your investigation. You are free to join us if you wish. Can you tell us more about Xalatath and her role as a Harbinger? We now know that Xalatath, the Harbinger is Xalatath, a being of the Void. Her spirit was once trapped within a dagger, but she was recently released onto Azeroth. And it seems she means to make the most of her freedom. Xalatath has allied herself with Iridikron and gained a powerful relic, the Dark Heart. There is now strong evidence that she was using this relic, but we know not to what ends. She has also gained a force of Void Spawn. She used this force to attack Telogris Rift, which you and Illyria luckily defended against. However, we still do not know exactly what the Dark Heart is capable of. And now, with what we know of the Radiant Song, I fear the worst. Locust Walker gave us a warning about the song. Locust Walker claims that his people, the Ethereals, once had a vision similar to the Radiant Song, that many across Azeroth are currently witnessing. However, this vision came shortly before their world was destroyed by the Void Lord Dimensius. Does this mean the Radiant Song is a warning of imminent destruction? Perhaps a warning from the very world soul of Azeroth? I cannot help but fear it has something to do with Xalatath and her Dark Heart. We need the wisdom of Azeroth's speaker, but Magni has yet to answer our calls. Jaina has agreed to seek him out once she has spoken with Thrall. I wouldn't be surprised if she eventually requested your help on the matter.
It's good.
You got all to say, Jaina, before we stay a while? It seems your investigation bore more fruit than mine did. I've been questioning those who claimed to see the Radiant Vision, trying to understand what it could all mean. But there seemed to be no connection between those who were seeing it, nor did anyone understand what it meant. Could Locust Walker be right? Is it a warning from Azeroth herself? We need the World Soul Speaker. I must speak with Magni. Let's have the Quit'll stay a while. I always love these. I love when they first added them, just having the characters interact. And the vast majority of them have been voice acted as well, so it's a delight.
Xalatath has returned as the Harbinger. I know she has the power of the Dark Heart at her disposal.
It's all connected to the Radiant Song. It has to be.
Locust Walker said the Ethereals heard a similar song before Koresh was destroyed.
Then is Azeroth herself the one in danger? Is she speaking to us?
We need answers. We need her speaker.
I will seek out Magni.
Wait,
But
is that just
first,
repeating what they
let's
just said?
inform Thrall of what we learned
God
here.
damn it, how could you do
We
this to
must
me?
face this crisis
It is
together.
no game.
Horde
Don't make the stay a while and listens do that for the war within. It's confusing.
The true battle
Oh,
lies
goodness
ahead.
me. Alright. Alright. Why do I have to hand in a Fellhide sample? It's very strange. So now I believe if we head to Stormwind, we should get those quests with the speaker. There's a bit of a gap between. These happened in like a 0.7 patch. And then a week after the recent pre-patch is when we got the follow-up quests we will now go and do. It isn't a long quest line. It's more of like a little intro. Don't believe we'll be doing much fighting. Memory serves. It's not been that long ago.
People are experiencing
There it is.
visions of a radiant song all across Azeroth. We have reason to believe it's a warning of some kind. Meet me in Silithus. Perhaps Azeroth's speaker can shed some light on what this warning might mean.
Taurus is in like the Tauren, your Minotaurs.
Another vision. You saw it too.
They're growing stronger.
A lot more players here catching up on the story as well. Anduin.
What can I do?
It has been too long, my friend. Seems destiny has brought us both here. They're calling it the Radiant Song, and it fills me with dread. Like, this moment here is happening just after, like, the big cinematic that they did with Thrall and Anduin. No matter if you've hated WoW or never played it or don't care, their cinematics have always been excellent. And I highly recommend the War Within one. It's a lovely piece. Where have you been, Anduin? Anduin smiles wearily. Nowhere in particular. No need for a destination when I was only trying to run. From my kingdom. From the Alliance. From myself. But I was sent this vision for a reason. I can't keep running. Not from this.
Will I be forgiven?
Well, for the Tauren, we'll be doing, tomorrow I believe, we'll be doing their Heritage Armor quest line, and we'll be doing the Allied Race one for the High Mountain. For the Allied Races, you pretty much just go and pick up a set, but the Tauren one I've not done, and I'm very curious to see what little storyline they've got there. Now, there's a couple of Heritage Armors, like the Worgen one, the Human and Orc one that I'd already done, and all of those remix alt were to get all of those quest lines and armors. So we will be seeing a lot of them tomorrow and maybe the day after. Depends how long they all take.
Well met.
Roll. Never before has... oh, hang on. It's Metzen's voice. We got to go a little. Let's get a quick read.
We must continue our journey. Loktar, Thromkar, Azeroth calls.
Will he be annoyed?
We must answer. Strength and unity. Azeroth calls. We must answer.
Come on, do the WoW thing.
We must continue our journey. Well met, Thromkar.
Do it.
Loktar.
Do it.
Strength and unity. We must continue.
Oh, come on.
our journey. Azeroth calls. We must answer.
2 more.
Well met, strength and unity. Loktar.
Nope. Much sadness. Used to be you click on them enough they'd get annoyed with you. Alex Strauzer had some great ones in Dragonflight. Now, if I click play movie, which events will he play?
From the moment
Oh,
the dark
right.
Titan Sargeras
All of it.
plunged his colossal blade into our world, crucial events were set in motion. Magni Bronzebeard heard the cries of Azeroth, giving up everything to answer her call.
Since being wounded by the Mad Titan, Azeroth has been crying out in pain.
As her dutiful speaker, he rallied the champions to her aid, and ultimately to confront the return of the old god, N'Zoth. It was during this conflict that Xal'atath, a mysterious entity of the Void, made a deal with N'Zoth, freeing her from the cursed blade that bound her essence within.
Honor our bargain. Free me to find my own fate.
After she vanished into the darkness, N'Zoth was confronted by the mortal champions and destroyed, ending the old god's reign of terror. But they were not the only malevolent force with its eyes set on Azeroth. For soon, the sky was sundered, the Shadowlands split open, and our heroes were pulled into the realm of death itself.
Go, champion! Go!
It was there that Anduin Rin endured the worst. Captured, tortured, and through dark domination magics, forced to commit terrible acts against his will.
I'm afraid that if I call on the light, it won't answer.
Scarred and shaken by his experience, he vanished, his whereabouts unknown. After the threat of the Shadowlands had been quelled, the dragons of Azeroth returned to their ancestral homeland. It was here that the primal dragon, Iridikron, broke free of his prison, and in pursuit of vengeance upon the Titans who he felt had stolen our world, he secured an ancient, powerful artifact, the Dark Heart.
When the Titans come to reclaim their prize, I will be waiting.
As word of this new threat started to spread, people began experiencing strange visions. The Radiant Song
is being heard all across Azeroth. The Council doesn't know what to make of it.
It was then that Illyria Windrunner, a deadly huntress who had harnessed the powers of the Void as a weapon against the darkness, was summoned to investigate.
We still don't know what this dark
A
heart
recap of right
is
now.
capable of, but we do know
Fair.
it's in the
There was a
hands
gap.
of someone called
It's a pretty solid recap so far.
It was not long before Illyria discovered the Harbinger's true identity. Xalatath, the mysterious figure, was once again on the move. While neither Xalatath nor the Dark Heart could be found, her mentor, the enigmatic Locust Walker, issued Illyria a dire warning.
The radiant visions you spoke of are the very same my people had before our world was consumed by the Void Lord Dimensius.
Could Xalatath be seeking that same fate for Azeroth?
You must find a way to stop her. If you cannot, then Azeroth is already doomed.
It's a solid recap. I think they actually played that when we first logged into the pre-patch, making sure folks didn't miss it. It does very well of summing up the things from Legion and everything that will tie together in this. Oh, absolutely, AJ. There's a lot of sentiment of, like, I don't know, people being that very, oh, he just needs to man up and deal with it, and like, no, just try and put yourself in the fantasy shoes for a moment. Just, I don't know. Seemed easy enough to me to understand. Right, let's keep going. Locust Walker told us that the people of his homeworld once received a vision not unlike the Radiant Song, and then Koresh felt a shadow. By the time the Ethereals realized their world was warning them of the coming danger, it was already too late. We cannot allow the same thing to happen on Azeroth.
I know what must be done.
We're all here. Good. Let's try to find out what the Radiant Song is trying to tell us.
A single spark can set the
Roll.
world aflame.
Never before has Azeroth called out so strongly to us. And despite the radiance of these visions, I fear there is a dark reason for them.
Try and do it even bassier, but I'm going to destroy my throat if I go with like D&D orc voices.
This is not over.
No, try a little bit.
There's strong...
Oh god, I haven't done that in ages.
There's strong evidence that the Radiant Song is a warning from Azeroth herself, a cry for help. That's why we're here. If this vision truly is Azeroth's message, Magni will know what she's trying to tell us. He should be in the Chamber of the Heart. Let's go.
Now let's hope Magni has some answers.
Don't have Chris's big
I hear no
gravel
one's seen
there.
him for a few years.
He'll be there. He has to be.
You see that dwarven mage there? He's wearing some of their heritage armour, which is like the Ironforge Town Guard. And even though he's a mage, it's big heavy plate. More transmog stuff. And some racial storytelling. I love it. Let's go see Magni. Poor Diamond King.
Magni, we've been trying to
If this is about the visions, I'm nae interested. Leave me alone.
Everyone walk a little faster, have some sense of urgency. We can slow walk. There we go.
Its speaker, and so do we.
Can someone else speak? Fill up the silence. God damn it. I like how his model is less shiny now. Less diamond in the same way. It almost looks like dirtied. Like the shadows are darker on it and there's like blotches all over him rather than like how pristine it was before.
Speak up.
I know why you're here. It's the visions. Azeroth's voice. Heard all across the lands. You thought I would know what she's trying to tell us. Well, you fought wrong.
Sometimes destiny whispers, sometimes she shouts.
I haven't spoken with Azeroth for years. At first I just didn't feel the need. Then I realised I'd started to resent her. For leaving me like this. And now I'm not sure if I can. I know the stakes. This radiant song of hers foretells something dire. And we need to know what. First, we need to prepare the heart chamber. Can you start up the consoles nearby?
Off with you.
We can, Magni. Bless him, he's had a rough time of it.
Speaker of Azeroth. She hasn't been speaking to me.
Like, there's so many in-game like memes and feelings about how he's champion, come help me, champion, and actually now coming full circle and going through how it's actually made him feel. He's not just a quest thing to be clicked on and moved forward for your Azerite power or what have you. He's gone through it.
After all I gave, she left me like this, unable to feel the warmth of my kin's embrace. So, let's be clear. I'm doing this for all of you, not for her.
Aye, aye, Magni.
For Azeroth.
This will be a struggle. I'm a bit rusty with the old speak into the soul of our world thing. But the ritual is prepared and that's that, I suppose. I'll try speaking with her, but I warn you, champion. Might be for the last time. Are you ready? I am.
Azeroth, speak to me. What are you trying to tell us? I can hear her voice. I can see it. The place she's calling us to.
Where, Magni? Where must we go?
It's called
Magni!
He's alive, but barely.
Oh no.
Dromcar.
Perhaps we took Magni's power for granted all this time. Communing with the elements is dangerous enough, but to commune with an entire world? I only hope he recovers quickly.
Let honor guide you.
Magni's wounds are beyond my knowledge. We need to consult the mages of Dalaran. A line I find bizarre coming from Anduin. It's like, right, his wounds are beyond your knowledge, so we go to the mages? What about Velen? Like, you know Velen pretty well. Greatest healer in the world. How about we start there? Like, it just seems so odd to me.
I hear a radiant song.
This has never happened before. Magni, the speaker of Azeroth. Why would communing with her cause him to collapse?
Azeroth must be protected.
Magni appears stable for now, but he's still not responsive. We need to get him treatment quickly. I'll open a portal to Dalaran. Follow us when you can. And I suppose Dalaran's like the most connected hub of any place with all the portals it has.
Hopefully we can revive him. Meet us in Dalaran when you're able.
Aye, aye. Whoosh! Big teleports.
He tried to commune directly with Azeroth. It seems the strain was too much.
Da. What have you done to yourself this time?
Queen of the Dark Iron? Moira?
What would you ask the daughter of the sea?
Magni will recover. He must. And not just because he is a dear friend. We need to learn what Azeroth told him before it's too late. I'm sure we will, in a few days' time. More. Good on you there, AJ, in the chat. You got this. 75 more wins, though. My goodness, take your time. Make sure you hit pause and have yourself a drink as you go.
Who you trust.
I don't believe we should blame Azeroth for this outcome. Magni knew the risks of connecting with her, with such reluctance in his heart. Now we can only hope that he was able to hear her message in the end.
Together, we are strong.
Magni is stable for now, but I don't know how long it will take him to recover. At least he's with family.
Who is calling for help?
Just splayed, bless him.
Best mind your manners in the presence of a queen.
Father? Da. What have you gotten yourself into this time? You can't leave us like this. Please be alright, you old coot. Tell me about yourself. Moira Ferguson, I'll pronounce it right. Queen Regent of the Dark Irons, I represent my clan in the Council of Free Hammers. I also happen to be Magni's daughter. Some will say I betrayed Ironforge by marrying the Emperor of their greatest enemies. However, the current circumstance speaks for itself. The dwarf clans now live in peace as equals, and I can assure you that it was my efforts that made that possible.
We will survive.
Khadgar?
Ah, good to see you.
Troubling times lie ahead, don't they always? At least we can face them together.
Be mindful of your duty.
I'm unsure why the Speaker of Azeroth would end up in such a state after attempting to... Well, speak with Azeroth. All we can do is wait for Magni to recover.
Always happy to help.
Moira?
The mountain lends us its strength.
Moira takes a deep, centering breath. We need to let Bran and my son Dagran know what happened. They're at Dalaran's visitor center. Could you go get them for me? Father needs his family right now.
You'll
Absolutely.
likely find Dagran with his nose in a book. It's why he insisted we come to Dalaran.
Let's hit the stay a while and listen.
If you hear now, listen, you old coot. I know you always meant right by me. You didn't know that I chose to stay with the Dark Irons. That Dagran and I were in love. Whatever your intentions were, my husband died. Because of you. I hated you for taking him from me. My anger built a wall neither of us could ever get through. And now, we may never get the chance. But my son, my little Dagran, he needs you. I guess so do I. Loath as I am to admit it, you were never the best father. But you can still be a good granda. So please, wake up.
Bless. For those a little confused by there, her former husband was also called Dagran, and her son is now called Dagran. That's, you know, naming after him and all of that. Right, we'll go find them. Dagran, like Anduin, is a character who's been about for a wee bit, but as a child, he was in like a cot when we first found him. Like in the room of Ironforge with the Council of Free Hammers. Just a little cot by all their thrones. And like back in vanilla when Anduin was a tiny, creepy boy model of a character. He's all grown up.
Have you seen these new tomes, Uncle Bran? They must be from Drenton's library.
The answers are here.
And Bran.
Feel it.
You'll know if you've played the game a long time. Bless his explorative heart. Hey there, champion. Dagran and I were just pursuing the local books and whatnot. Lad couldn't be more excited for his first visit to Dalaran. What brings you here? Magni's hurt. Moira needs you both in the portrait room.
Keep your eyes on the harangue.
I hope Granda's alright. I never got to spend much time with him.
Don't worry, lad. Magni's made of stern stuff. Pardon the pun.
It's actually nice to see them running to the location and not just teleporting out of the way. Even though they kind of get around that with this moment, I suppose. quick see if we can have a chat with either of them. Like they really mucked the bedroll with this one, didn't he? Couldn't leave well enough alone. Well, I know that's not really his way. Not when the world's at stake. Dagran Pharasian II. Forison, I think it is. Forison. Oh, let's get his voice.
Did you find something? I want to see everything.
Okay.
Give me something to figure out. Oh, I was just thinking. I read about this. Speak your piece. So much to discuss.
Keep clicking you.
I want to see everything.
Get angry.
I read about this. Give me something to figure out.
Do it.
So much to discuss.
Get angry.
Another puzzle to solve? Did you find something? Oh, I was just thinking.
No.
Speak your piece. I want to see everything.
Do we have to wait till we get to the expansion before they start doing annoyed lines?
I read about this.
Granda has been through way worse than this. I know he'll soon wake up. He has to. Tell me more about yourself. Who are you? Oh, well, my ma is Morian Furison, and my da were Emperor Dagran Furison. I'm named after him, see. That's why I'm the second, which I suppose makes me a prince. But I fancy myself more of a scholar. That's why I'm in Dalaran. I'm trying to learn all I can about the world. In their short story between him and Moira. Really good opening showing from him. All their short stories are free on the website somewhere on Blizz's site. Pretty good.
You address the Queen Regent of the Dark Iron Clan.
It's good for us to all be in one room together, even if the reason is so dire. My father hasn't really been a part of Dagran's life, but I mean to change that. You have my word. Thank you.
The three hammers stand as one.
You brought them in. That's all of it. I think Khadgar asked us to go... Yeah, he's like, go and do some of these Radiant Echoes now, which we've done on our other characters. And that is all of the pre-leading up quests to the War Within. We'll give you a quick old wave on Wolf here. No, he's so happy. The bonus work they did upgrading the Worgen models was helpful. Still no tail, Blizzard. WoW team. Oh, quick note while we're here. The armor set this individual's wearing, apart from the hat of course, which is like the Night Elf Warden armor, if you get the max reward on the trading post for 12 months, not consecutively, but 12 months, you get this armor set. And also like a white recolor and one that shifts in night and day. There was some controversy about that when it launched, because that shift would happen whether you wanted it to or not. But they changed it, so now it's just like 3 different sets as far as I'm aware. Just a bit of housekeeping there. Haven't really been able to show it off. I've not got it myself yet. Now then though. Tomorrow, when we come back, our time runners will be ported over to the Live Realm servers, and we'll be going through each of them, getting all our different allied race armors, and then all the heritage armors with the associated quest lines that we haven't already accomplished. We do have quite a lot of them to get through. So you can see here, we'll just quickly run through. We got Goblin, we got Mecha Gnome, Regular Gnome, Forsaken, Sandalari, Lightborn Draenei, the Nightborn, though we already have their heritage armor, High Mountain Tauren, the Vulpira, Void Elves, the Kultiran, Regular Tauren, and the Dark Iron Dwarves. So we've got a lot to get through. Not for all is, I'm excited to see more of him. But until then everyone, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed yourselves here, please hit a like on the video. Comment down below about how you're preparing for the War Within. What are you most excited about? Are you going to be delving into Mythic Dungeons, getting ready for raids, some of the new PvP changes like the easy matchmaking to get into rated content? Are you going to be like me, more on the delves and world side? And the story itself? As always, you're welcome to subscribe to the channel. We do World of Warcraft streams every morning. In an evening we do varieties of games. You are more than welcome to have a look at some of the things we've done on the channel. There are playlists for each game. And on the live tab there's every stream we've done. Tonight we'll be doing a Gamescom watch along. It'll be my first one of these. We'll be going through and just having a watch. Sometime around 7 PM here I believe. Before we move on to Journey. Old PS3 game that I never got around to, just to change up the pace a bit. And then the Elden Ring DLC. Before getting on to Space Marine. Hello, Established Beyond in the chat. No problem at all. Lovely to see you jumping in. You take care of yourself as well. Always happy to see you. Alright. So until next time, everyone. Much love. Take care. And bye-bye.